Todos me dicen el negro llorona, negro pero cariñoso. Todos me dicen el negro llorona, negro pero cariñoso. Yo soy, oh my god, como el chile verde llorona, picante, pero sabroso. How are we doing? Hello. Hello, everyone. Gonna learn a lot of stuff today. Hopefully. How are you doing? It's the weekend. I just realized it's Friday. This week went so fast. But also, it was just so heavy. So much stuff in the news. Oh my god. And you could not just stop reading. You couldn't be just like, I don't care about the news. Just go about my life. It's like, no, this stuff was very scary. Still is. But it's okay. We're still here. We're gonna get to do some stuff, some useful, maybe, I don't know. Hopefully it's useful. Then we're gonna learn some stuff, and it potentially is going to inspire you to create other stuff. We're gonna do it together. That's the beauty of this live streaming thing, technology. I love it. So today, number one, first, thank you so much for joining. This is always a pleasure and just I don't know, a blessing to have an audience and have you here. Doesn't feel like a weekend because it's just the same. You're right. You are right. Hello, Pablo. How are you doing? How am I doing? Oh, thanks for asking, Sanket. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm doing okay. Holding up, just like everyone else. One leg, just like one leg at a time. Is that how you say it? I'm putting my pants one leg at a time. Oh my God. My idioms in English are the worst. Go to the chat and just like tell a little bit about yourself. What are your plans for this weekend? What do you plan to do? It's okay if it is also you don't have to be productive. In this day and age, well the weekend I have to do something. It's like no, you can watch a show. You can play games, a video game or something, listen to music, do some exercise. I don't know. It doesn't have to be something grandiose. Relax, read a book, whatever it is. Sleep. Oh man, whatever that is. This coughing is not very reassuring. Wherever that is, please share it there. How you learn drawing? What's your story? Amit is asking me, how did I learn drawing? So it's just practicing, like anything, you just practice a lot. You, I think we all started drawing when we were young, when we were kids, and at a certain age, some stopped, just stopped drawing. I think maybe because teachers told them not to draw, or maybe there weren't enough classes about art. Maybe they were taught that it was not important. I don't know, but they stopped drawing. And it's not because they didn't like it. It's just because the circumstances weren't there for them to keep drawing. I don't know why, but I just kept drawing. Even when people were telling me not to draw, I just kept drawing. I kept liking it. And then eventually I started getting a little bit better. I'm not that good, but I suppose it's just like a lot of practice, and you just keep doing it. That's all. Anything. It's just a lot of practice. And it's not like because I did it when I was a kid and now I'm better. No, anyone can just draw and become really good if they really commit to it and they keep practicing. Some people do have a talent. That's correct. Some people have a natural thing, and it's just one in a million where it's like, wow, they just like are amazing at it. But a lot of us, we just practice and that's it. And talent can be a double-edged sword, because when you're talented, then you just then then you don't practice a lot. It's too easy, and then you don't really work on your craft. I'm not saying every talented person is like that. I'm just saying that it can happen where talent can be a double-edged sword. But if you have talent and you are committed, oh my God, now that's magic right there. But again, I'm telling you right now, don't be discouraged when you see someone that is too talented and is like, oh, I'm never gonna be like them. Nah, you can. You can practice. That's all. Okay, that was me being a motivational speaker. Oh, okay. People are sharing. Let's put it here on the. Let's share here. People are sharing a little bit about themselves. Visual storyteller from Uzbekistan, currently in the States. Ratarius. Thank you for sharing. Just gonna go sit home and chill. That's good. Learn new stuff with you. Oh, that's great, Sanket. Plans really good. Draw, invoice, and spend time with the family. Very important. Yes. Does it come with practice? Yes, I'm telling you, it's just practice. And so I would create web designs like every day of the week. That's cool, Miroslav. Thank you so much for joining again, and thank you for sharing. Keep sharing there. Let's jump into what we're going to be doing today, okay? So today, our agenda is going to be creating a little like landing page, like a web app little thing. It's actually, you can see it here. I just created the mock-up of it, and it's a product. It's a little product that I'm working on with a friend. It's something we're just starting, and it's going to be like a collection of illustrations that you can use. I mean, I've been doing a lot of illustrations, but they've been all over the place. It's just like a new pack and a new pack, and now I want to put them in one place and give tools for other people to just like use them really easily. That in different plugins, for example, a Sketch plugin and a Figma plugin, you just like click a button and poof, you got an illustration. Click another button, clack, you got an illustration. It's almost like an Unsplash for illustrations, something like that. And I'm working with other illustrators too, so they can also put their illustrations and be featured in this collection, and other people can use them really easily in their designs. That's the idea. And it's called Blush. And today we're going to be creating the web app. No functionality, just the styling and all that stuff. And actually, and yeah, just the styling, and also creating the grid, putting a collection, just a mock-up of the front end. The functionality, we're still building it. And let me show you. Actually, I just created right now, like right before this, I was like, okay, I'm going to tell people about this thing, but there's nothing to show them. So I do have a domain. Let me go here, and it's I just made this page. It's, oh man, Blush Design, blush.design. And yeah, and it's going to be Blush illustrations for everyone. And if you want to go and be notified, you can just like subscribe there. And yeah, this is not very it's not descriptive of what's going to happen. I just put this together seriously 20 minutes ago. But yeah, you can go there and subscribe. Oh my God, my internet's Chrome is being really slow because I'm streaming. I don't know if you can see it, but it's really slow. Hopefully, my computer is just like a full throttle. It's just like the fans are all, because the streaming is really hard on the computer apparently, and my OBS is like going crazy. Anyway, okay, cool. Let's get started. Let me show you the design of what we're going to be doing today. So I started working on the design of this stuff. Let me go to the website here. You see it here. Look at that. This is where we're going to be building today. So we have a top nav, we have a left side panel, and we have a grid here. And also here on the grid, the images have they're like cards, and when you hover, you have some actions. Maybe we can play around with this. Maybe we do want to show the buttons, and so it's more obvious that you can download them. And maybe they shouldn't be hidden, but we can play around with that. That's the beauty of iteration. And here on the side panel, we have the customization, because all the illustrations are going to be customizable, and also you can customize the colors, and you can customize the collections that you can browse through, and also the different categories, and also some links to other pages. And also search all the way to the top. Blush is the name of the app. And also just like you can browse collections and art. And if you want to become an illustrator that is part of the project, then you can submit. Well, it's probably not going to be that. Become an artist. I don't know. I'm still working on that. Yeah, and this, like I was telling you, I just built this. But this is going to be a plugin. Let me actually, oh man, should I show you the plugin? The plugin is really super early stages. Just built this really cool little plugin. For example, if you, again, this looks like crap right now, but let's say that you create a rectangle. You go to, let's go to plugins, and then is it this one? Yeah. So it's going to, again, the buttons are horrible, but the idea is that it allows you to just like put an image, random image. So for example, this one, you add a random figure. I don't know if you noticed, but it detected the floor, so it changed the floor of it. It's adjusted to the gravity. So boom, they adjust like that, and then you can further customize them if you want to. But we're still working on this plugin just to make it really look really dope. And let's do another one. Look at that. And you can also just change it to a bust, one of these busts. It's just like adding random, because all the components are different. And here, when they're bust, they are aligned to the eyesight. I don't know if you noticed that, but they are aligned to the eyesight. So even see how this one is taller than this, but since they're aligned to the eyesight, they all look aligned. And these ones, since they're all aligned to the bottom, they all look aligned when you duplicate them. So hopefully that will help people just like make illustration part of their process, like be super easy. But yeah, we're still working on this. But today we're going to be building this, because there's also going to be a web app. So again, top nav, left nav, grid in the middle. Pretty straightforward. Or is it? We're going to find out in the next episode of Sketch Together. Now, my God, I'm so dumb. Let me quit this. Okay, cool. So let me go to the chat and see if you have any questions. Oh, man. Same as you might returning off hardware acceleration in Chrome. You might try. Hey, Gonhop, how do I turn off hardware acceleration? I would love to do that. How do you hardware? Yo, is that like a setting? Come on, help me out. You cannot just like say something without steps. I need steps, man. Help me out. This is so hard. Look at that. It's so slow. I am sorry about this. This is the beauty of, I keep saying it's the beauty of livestream. No, this is annoying. I know. I should have checked this. Use hardware acceleration. Oh, there you go. Oh my God. It's faster now. Well, a little bit faster. Gone. Oh my God, you rock. You are the best. I think it's faster now. Yes, that was it. Well, a little bit. It's still a little bit slow, but it feels faster a little bit. Okay, cool. Let's go back to our design. Our design is let's. Why don't we start with the navigation? The navigation is 64 pixels. Let's see over here, 64 pixels, and the font is 18 pixels. I'm using like really big font size. All of these are components, so the font of this stuff is also 18 pixels. Yeah, I'm using like super big font size because since there's not a lot of stuff right now, like might as well just make the typography fill the gaps. Okay, cool. So we're going to add, by the way, I'm starting a new document, but I already created a collection. So I already have illustrations here, just so we can actually just get started really quickly. I already created a CMS, so because this can be boring and might as well just already have this. But the page, so I do have illustrations, but we're going to use them later, okay? Okay, cool. So we have the body. Let's add actually one of these symbols one of these elements, components that Webflow gives you. We're going to be using the Navbar one. And this one already comes with some functionality. It's cool because it has some functionality here on the settings with drop down and easy open. You know what? I don't know if I want this now. Now, yeah, let's use it. Let's use this component, and it's almost like a template that you can just use. So let's go back to our thing, and we need. No, you know what? I'm just gonna start again. I don't know why would I even use this. No. Let's just start it from scratch. So I'm going to use create one. Should it be a section? I'm just going to use a div block. So there you go, just a div block. This is going to be my navigation. And then here, I'm going to start adding elements. So I'm going to use a heading for the branding. Actually, a link. It's a link block. And then I'm going to put my heading inside that link block. So that way, the logo is a link that is taking you always home. So if we look at the structure, we actually put inside the div block, we put a link block, and then inside it, we put the heading. And then this heading, we can style it to the size of this. Why a heading? Just so that's the first thing that a screen reader reads, blush, because it's a heading one. If you don't want a screen reader to read that first, then you don't use an H1. You just use I don't know, a paragraph or something like that. Okay, cool. So now let's add this input. Let's add an input and inputs. Do we have inputs? So we have inputs inside a form block, but I think they have a component. Yeah, they have a search component. So we can actually use the search component. I don't know how much we can style this, but oh, I'm an idiot. I was trying to put a search inside a link. That's not possible. Okay, cool. So we have, again, we're just putting the elements right now. We're going to style them later. We want a search and we want this stuff. This stuff is going to be, potentially, it should be one single block that has all the links inside it. And maybe this could be a grid. Maybe the whole thing could be a grid. Maybe this whole thing could be a grid. Let's try that out. Let's try that out where the whole navigation is a link, is a grid. This is the first time I tried that, actually. Just creating a navigation with a grid. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna learn together. And now I think it should be 3 columns, like one column for the branding, one column for the search, and one column for the links. And one column for the links. I think that's how we should do it. So let's do 3 columns. And now we have oh man, it's going really slow. Oh, no. It's not because it's slow. It's because, it's because of something else. Okay, cool. So we have that. And then inside this, I'm going to put one just div block. Just this div block is going to have all my links. So I'm going to have a text link. It should be a text link. No, it should be a link block that has some text inside it. Yes. Yeah, it should be a link block. Why link block? That way I can just like click anywhere here. So it's more like a block that I can link, and then I can put text inside it. So then I can put text link, no paragraph. I can just put a paragraph inside it. Well, that's not what I want. Text area, no. Text block, that's what I want. No, text block. So by the way, I'm pressing Command E, and with Command E, you can access those shortcuts. So now let's put collections here. And then submit your art. That's going to be another one. So then we have one link block. I'm going to Command C, Command V. That way you have two link blocks. I'm going to submit your art. Let's just keep the copy the same. I don't think that's going to be the become an artist. Maybe it's join the gang. Oh my God, that's so cheesy. Command C, Command V. Let's add another link one. That one is for login. So let's right now it looks like poop, but that's how you start. Just like you start adding all the elements you're going to need. That's why it's important to first design it, because if you're designing it here, you're maybe going to be discouraged of how poopy it looks, unless you are a genius and you can see it everything in your mind because you have a beautiful mind. Now we want to add a button, so we could add one button here. There you go, and that's on the end. And then this one is going to be get plugin. Get the plugin. Get the plugin. And that's it. That's beautiful. I love it. Yeah, let's leave it just as it is right now. Oh my God, imagine we just left it like that. Okay, cool. So let's just start with this. This is 18 pixels, so let's make it into 18 pixels. And actually, we can start like making some global changes. So I'm going to actually change to the body of all pages. I'm going to change, number one, I'm going to change the font to be the system UI font. It's great that Webflow gives you that ability to just like use the system UI font. And then I'm going to make my size 18 pixels, my default size. That's where everything starts. And then also, and that's it for now. Now this little guy, it's an H1, but it should be 18 pixels. And it didn't change. Why wouldn't you change, my friend? Give me a reason why you're not changing. Oh, okay. It was just this whole streaming on the web. It's been really, it's not being good. And maybe I need to fix this because this didn't used to happen. I don't know what I'm doing wrong that now everything is so slow. Okay, cool. So I don't need a search button right now, but I cannot hide it. This is something that I'm going to have to work with my developer because I do not want to show the search button right now. So I'm just hiding it. That's not something that you're supposed to do, but I'm hiding it for now. Okay, so now let's go about changing the size of this. I think this should have around like a 20 pixel padding here. That way there's 20 pixel padding, because look here and here there's 40 pixels, and then there's 40 pixels here, 40 pixels, and then here 40 pixels. So if we make the link block to be nav link. Let's call this nav link. If we make the link block to be 20 pixels on the side, we're just assuring that this is going to be that. Let's call this the block nav. And actually here we could make it flexbox and make it that it aligns to the center. And we could actually do this and then that's it. We don't care about the we don't care about the padding, but I think it's important to keep the padding only because I want to actually be able to click on this whole thing. So let me actually let me just make sure that there's 16 on the top. Let's do 2020 all the way around. There you go, 2020. Let's see what's going on here and here. Oh, it's actually 20, yeah. Then, now that I style that, I can just use that thing here. Nav link to, there you go. Then this little fella is also a nav link. I know it's a little bit boring. It can get boring and lonely, this whole development thing, but you're here with me, so thank you. I don't feel as lonely now. So okay, so hold on. What's going on with this button? Is this button actually 18 pixels? I don't think so. Hold on, this is a component, so this is... No, I was cheating here. I made that button 16 pixels. That's something that sometimes you have to do because these, since they don't have room outside, sorry, they're not contained, the text can be bigger, but the text inside a button, since it's inside this container, then it needs to be a little bit smaller so it doesn't feel like it's cramping the space. It's so weird, right? But that's something that you need to do sometimes. It's a visual design thing, and you will try to be consistent where it's like, no, but it has to be the same size. But no, well, unless you want to have a gigantic button. So anyway, I'm going to change that. I'm going to cheat and I'm going to make my button to be 16 pixels. And yo, what the hell? And see it. I don't know. I think it works well. Leave me alone. 8 pixels here, 8 pixels here. Let's see what's going on here. So it's 32, and then there's a line height of 24. So over here, a line height of 24, and then 8 pixels, and then 32. Now let's make it 32 here, 32 here. And let's play around with our grid, because our grid right now, this one should not be a fraction, but maybe 0.25 of a fraction. Boom. See, now it's not using all of that space. It could also be a min max. It could be potentially max is 100 pixels. No. Default. 0.25. We can fix that later. Okay. FR for fraction. There you go. Now let's see how it's looking. It's starting to look good. It looks like poop still because not everything is aligned, but we can fix that. Let's actually change this to blush. And what else? Let's see our search bar, how it's looking. What is the size of this? Number one, it has rounded corners, so we want to do that. And it's 40 pixels. So input boxes are weird, my friend, because they're not just like a regular div boxes. So we might need to do some trickery there. Because I don't know if they can be controlled. Yeah, they actually need to be controlled with height. So maybe if I do height, yeah, is this little fella 40 pixels? Yeah, it's 40 pixels. And then let's see if we can just change the corner radius of it. Let's use 40. Yeah, there you go. Oh, I was misjudging search bars. They're actually pretty cool. Forgive me, search bar. Oh, dude, what the hell? Command Z. I was I was judging too fast about your functionality. Okay, cool. Look at that. Okay, and let's see what's the size of this text. I think the size of this, just as before, I think it should be 16. I know. But Pablo, you were using 18. Leave me alone. Okay, I know what I'm doing. I think. Oh, it actually looks like crap, huh? Oh, I think it was better before. No. 16. If it looks like crap, we can change it. Let's go ahead and make it look less like crap. 16 pixels. And now let's align everything. So now let's actually, I think we can do this on the grid. We can go to the grid and align everything. Yo, align yourself to the center. Why are you not aligning yourself to the center, my friend? You should be aligned to the center. This thing has like some margin and stuff. Stop it. Remove your margin. It's just like sometimes when you use these things, they have some kind of like default settings when you use Webflow's stuff. So then you have to get in there and just fix that stuff because you're like, Webflow, don't make decisions for me, okay? I am my own boss. That's what you have to tell Webflow sometimes. Usually the defaults are great, by the way. So, but sometimes you're like, nope, no Webflow, let me make my decisions. Okay, hold on. So let's use, yeah, black. I actually already created some colors, so I'm going to just use that stuff. And wow, my computer is so very slow because of that thing. Now let's add a corner radius of 4 pixels to this button. It's over here. Pixels, yes, I already. There you go. Did it change? Yeah, it's starting to change. Oh my God, my friends. 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 Let's make this search even bigger. I think we can edit the grid and make the fraction of this instead of just one fraction. Let's say it's 1.5 fractions. It was cramping up this stuff a lot. So I think 1.25, 1.25, and I think this should be lower. This should be 1.2. I think it's not allowing me. 1.25 is okay. Yeah. Now, you know what? Let's do it in pixels. 200 pixels. Let's do less. Let's see how much is this in the design. It should be 51 supposedly. Let's keep it at 80. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Now there's enough room here for the links. This looks pretty big, so it's inviting for you to start searching. And now this thing should have some padding inside it. So let's add, I think it's, how much are we doing? 24 pixels. So let's add 24 here and then 24 on the right of padding. And now we should be good, my friends. Should be good. Okay, it's starting to look good. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. This is too far. I need to fix this. Oh my God, do you see that? That thing needs the hover to not be blue. Right now, it should be white, my friend. There you go. Okay, let's test this. It's too no. Not liking this. I think this should be a fixed size. What do you think? This is when it's too big, then it gets too wide, the space between these elements, and I want this to actually take more space. I want the search bar to grow and not the space here. So how can we do that? I think one thing that I could do is just like keep the add a max width to this. At a certain width, then this starts growing. So let's see if we can do that. I never played with those settings on CSS Grid, but I think I could make this auto, maybe. No. Yo, auto. Yeah, so it's auto. And then this one, instead of one fraction, it should be a max of what? Let's see what we have over here. If we group this is 553, let's say that 556. I don't know, like 553. A max of 553. Come on. Oh, pixels. Dude, stuff is so slow. I'm sorry about that, my friends. 556. There you go. Okay, cool. So minimum is 400, let's say, and then max is 556. So now let's test it out. Let's press done. Let's test it out. And now the search is growing. See that? Oh, yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, okay. We need to fix the actual how it looks on responsive, but I'm liking this much better. Do you agree? Let's see on the chats. A bit better gone up, yeah. You're gonna destroy Illustrator business with this tool. Well, actually, the idea is to invite illustrators to join. It's not to destroy them. It's gonna be different illustrators working here and selling their illustrations too, because the idea for it is to illustrators to also have premium packs, so illustrators will be able to sell their own packs that people can just use. So no, I think it's going to make number one illustration more accessible, more open, and also going to connect illustrators with makers around the world a little bit easily. Well, that's my dream. Others might disagree. Okay, cool. So I think I'm liking this navigation. We can come back and refine it a little bit better. Now let's go ahead and start working on this side panel. So the side panel is going to be, let's see, I think it's going to be 240 for the width. So let's add, for that one, I think I'm just going to use Flexbox. So I'm going to use just a regular div block. And then this div block, I'm going to make it 240 pixels on the width. And then let's see if we can do 100% height. No. You know what? I should have put... Now I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to have... Yeah, so it's going to be 100. The height is going to be 100 vertical the viewport height. No, what am I doing? Sorry, I was, oh my God. Let's do this one. This one is a side panel. So 100 VH, which is viewport height. There you go. And then with a negative margin, because this thing, I think it was around what? So 64. So let's do a negative margin of 64. This is a lot of hacking. Maybe I'm wrong on this one. I think I am. So now there's no scrolling. See, there was a scrolling before. Or I could. No, you know what? No, I'm doing this wrong. I should be using absolute positioning. Let me try that again. So again, I think width should be 240 pixels. So let's see what we're trying to do. we're trying to make this, oops, this side panel to be fixed there, and then this part to be scrollable. And I want the width of this to be remain at 240 pixels, and then this to grow and allow for more illustrations to appear. So I think I think absolute positioning could help, just like positioning all the way to the left. Now, I don't know if I need to put everything inside a different box, uh, but I'm going to figure that out later. Maybe for now, I'm just going to focus on the styling of this. I'm going to put the icons and the labels, and then maybe we just focus on also putting the illustrations on a grid, and that's it. We're going to call it a day at that moment, because there's going to be a lot of little details to make this work, and I think we won't have time for that. So like I was telling you, I think one thing that I can do is just add absolute positioning to this fella. And then absolute positioning, I'm going to use this thing that they have here that is aligned to the left. And on the top, I'm going to use, which is 64 pixels instead of 0%. So I'm going to click here, and it's going to be 64 px. And yeah, so now it has 64 pixels. And if I were to add something, let's say that I add some paragraph, it should, damn, no, it didn't do that. Oh, because this should be relative. This should be absolute, and then the body, well, the body, no, it doesn't have anything. What am I doing wrong? Help me out, my friends. I'm doing something wrong here. Oh, you know what? Oh, because I still have that negative margin. No, reset. There you go. I was like, why is it doing that? It shouldn't be doing that. Okay, I had some negative margin from before. It's something else that I was trying, but no. Now that it's absolute position, I can just put 64 here, and it's pushing it below, and then it's keeping the left at 0%, bottom at 0%, and then automatically on the right. And then since the width is only 240 pixels, then my side panel appears there, and the content is going to be only contained in this part. And even if I make this scrollable, this is going to remain there. I think it might need to be fixed. Okay, cool. So now let's start adding our elements. So we can add one label. Let's go to the chat. Let's see what people are saying. Maybe they were suggesting something. A little bit better. Okay. So let's add our first label, which is customize. And now let's add these buttons. So I'm going to add one. How should we do this? I think it should be blocks. One div block that is going to be each of these. And how should we do these, my friends? Should each one of these just be one div block and separated, or should I group them inside their own div blocks? Like this could be one block that has 3 boxes inside, and then this could be another block that has boxes inside. You know what? I think I'm going to go with a collection, because these actually should be, in theory, this should be coming from a collection. You know, instead of doing them manually, this should be coming from a collection that are linking to this other collection. So in theory, I should only make one, and then this will repeat with all the different categories. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, so I'm not going to do this part, the one on the top. Right now, I'm just going to do the categories part. That's what I'm going to do, okay? So here, I'm going to actually remove that, and I'm going to add a collection list. There you go. And this collection is going to have all the different elements. Right now, I don't have a category collection, so I'm going to create those. So I'm going to create a new collection that is called category. Yep. There you go. So I'm going to call them categories, and then has a name, a description. I might not need the description, but I'm going to keep it just in case. And then icon, I do have an icon. And then color, I don't need a color, so I'm going to remove that. So all of these things appear because I clicked on this template from that Webflow gives you. Just click on this, and then it gives you some templates on the collection fields that you can add. So, and all of this information is going to be like a database. I don't know, like it's a CMS, like you would use on any blog post or sorry, on blog or WordPress. So I create that collection. Yo. Did I not name it? Yeah. And now I'm going to add my new. I'm going to start adding my elements. So characters. That's going to be one. New category. Oh wow, this is low. Oh man, what? I need to pay. Oh my god. It's asking me to pay to do this. Oh my god. Okay, let's do it manually without a collection. It's just that that's one of the paid features from Webflow, and I don't want to pay right now. I just want to make the design. So let's just do it manually without a collection. Let's just create the design for this, okay? So let's add a div block, block. We already had this before. And then here, let's add an image. And then a text label. And you know what? This div block should be a link block. So I think we can change that here. Or no, you cannot make a div block a link block. So so yeah, let me add a link block. So there you go. Now it's a link block, and now inside that link block, I'm going to put the image. And then I'm going to put some text label, text block. There you go. And now we don't need this div block anymore. So I'm using a link block. That way I can click on any of this part, and it's going to be like a big button. Okay. And now we have our image for the icon, and we have our image for the label. So let's use the first one that is called characters. And then let's change this image, and I'm going to upload some images. So I have some images that I had already uploaded before, but let's upload new ones. Let me upload all of these because we might need most of them. Okay, I just, oh man, so slow. So let's take a look at which one. This one is characters, so what is it called? Let's see what the name of the icons are. Yeah, characters. So let's change it here. Yeah, there you go. Yo, change yourself. Wow, it's taking. Sorry, friends. This thing is just like not behaving the best way. Okay, so let's take a look at our design. So our design, it's let's look at this thing. Has 16 pixels here, and then between the icon and this, there's 8 pixels. So let's just go ahead and do that. And for that, we could just like use the display flex box and then align it to the center and give a 16 pixel padding here. So it's separated, and then the image will have an 8 pixel margin on the right. We could either, so here we could either add a margin of 8 pixels here or a padding of 6 pixels left to the label. I think I'm just going to add it to the image. 8 pixels, and there you go. Now we have our button, and I think we also want a padding of 8 pixels on top and bottom. So our link block, let's add 8 pixels on top and bottom. There you go. And look at that. Now we have our uh, side nav link. There you go. And now I can just duplicate this. Command C, Command V. Wow, so slow. Command C, Command V. Wow. Now let's go back to see all the elements. Confirmation is 1, so let's change it to confirmation. And let's change this. Let's replace it with the confirmation one. I think I call it check. Did I call it check? No, let's see if it's confirmation. It's just that sometimes I don't use the names that I'm supposed to be using. Okay, it's taking forever to change it. Confirmation, empty states. So let's change it again. Replace this with empty. There you go. And let's change the label of this. Empty. Oh my God. Empty state. And so on. Bum, 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 bum. Let me just duplicate this, and you can do the math in your head about that. This is going to be replaced with all these labels and icons. Copy pasting is, it's not liking it. Okay, cool. So, and then this should have this styling, which is a little bit light gray, 14 pixels. So let's actually create a new style that is light gray with 14 pixels. Oh man, so slow. Wow, okay. And let's add a padding. This could be in the box, but no, because these elements don't have padding. I want them to be 100%, so then I'm going to apply padding to the actual label. So I'm going to add 24 pixels. 24 pixels, and then there's 8 pixels below. And I think, yeah, let's see what's going on here. Oh, it has 10 pixels, it should be 8. There you go. Now let's add a hover state to these. Let's add a little hover state, and the hover state is going to be this color, which is, let me see what color I'm using here, because I created some, light. So this light gray is going to be this color. So I go back over here on my hover state. I'm going to change the background color to be that light gray. Wow. I pasted it, but it's taking forever. Yeah. I need to figure out how I can keep streaming and see. Now there's hover state. Yeah, boy. That blue is not great. So we can go to our hover state and keep the black color. There you go. There you go. Now let's create our grid, and then the grid is just going to have some padding for now, some left padding and some top padding. Well, it's not gonna leave top padding because this is going to be pushing it, but some left padding, because this is absolute position, then that thing is going to try to be below it. So let's add another div block. Then see, it's already below it. So this div block, we needs 200 pixels on the left. A margin of 240 pixels on the left. Yo, so slow. And then see, now there's a space here, and then from here we can add a collection. Now we're going to be using a collection list, and then this collection list is going to be a grid. So let's see what's going on here. This collection list is going to be a grid. Now all the elements are going to be inside a grid, and Let's take a look at how it's looking here. All these elements are 280 pixels, but we can do this by eye and just use fractions or actually percentages. So let's start adding our elements. Let's just add images for now. Okay, so collection item. Wow, this is so slow. Wow. Damn. Okay. This just, oh, that's not it. It's because I'm editing the grid. I hate when that happens. Sorry about that. I thought it was my computer being slow. Okay, cool. So now I want to add a link block. Do I want to add a link block? Yeah, link block. Collection. Wait, what? I cannot add a link block. Connect this collection. Oh, I need to add connect it to a list first. So we're going to connect it to the illustrations one. There you go. Now it loaded all the illustrations, and now from here I can add a link block. Boom, now we have the link block, and inside the link block let's add an image. And that image is going to be coming from the illustration. It's going to be the image of the illustration. And okay, this is starting to load all the elements. Right now it's really slow because, again, I don't know what's happening. But now I can edit the grid. Let's edit the grid so it shows these elements a little bit better. So for that, we could use columns and just make it work with columns. But a really cool trick is actually using the min max. So you can say that the min is going to be 200 pixels, and let's say that the max is actually the min is going to be, let's say that it's let's actually bring it down. Should we bring it down? And then the max, yeah, and let's remove this column. We only need one column, and then this one max is going to be 110 pixels, 110 px. And what am I doing? How to fit? Oh, there you go. Oh, I'm an idiot. Sorry about that. Yeah, so this is one fraction, and then I can start making these a little bit bigger. See how depending on the minimum width, then they start filling up. You're saying the smaller this column will get is going to be 240 pixels. And now if the screen gets bigger, it will allow for more images to show up. So let's give it a test, actually. Let's see how it's looking. So now if I start shrinking, then elements start stacking up. They're auto-filling. And yeah, so that's the basic, the bare bones. Like all of these are links, and I want to add hover interactions too. And also all of these should have their own icons and their own labels, and also another menu here. But maybe that's for another lesson. For now, I think we learned a lot of cool stuff. We learned how to create this with a grid, which is something that I actually, this is the first time I create a navigation with a grid. I think it turned out really great. There's some fine tuning that needs to be done, but the bare bones are there. Then also this one is just, we couldn't use a collection, but I would have used a collection. And in that collection, I would have added icon as one of the elements in the items, and also obviously the name of the category as part of the collection. And then, yeah, so that's maybe going to be another lesson. Let's see, what are you saying in the chat, if I can access. And yeah, okay, well, I think we're going to leave it at that. Let's go back to my big old face. Well, hopefully we learn a lot. We We went for 1 hour of learning. You saw me trying a lot of stuff there. Uh, I don't know. Hopefully, you were able to learn some stuff. I did. I learned a lot of cool stuff. Um, and this is the idea here is that really easily you can just like put something together, right? And hopefully this inspires you to do your own thing too. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Uh, Sorry, it sucks, but we have to do the social distancing for a while. This is this is our new reality, at least for a little while. But it might last for some time, so have to get used to it. But we are gonna get through this. Okay, we got this. We will overcome this. Okay, this weird stuff that is happening out there. Thank you so much for joining. Hopefully, I get to see you on the next one and enjoy the weekend. Bye bye. And now, let's see if I can stop this because it's really hard. End stream. There you go. Bye bye.